So K4FeCN6, this compound, when it is dissolved in water, student, it breaks into its constituent ions, but it produces only two type of ions. It produces one ionizable part, which is in the form of K plus. It is referred as simple ions, and the part which remains unbroken is consisting of non-ionic bond, mostly the bond which is present between metal and the ligand is what? Coordinate bond, and that is the reason why this is referred as what? Coordination ion or complex ion. This part remain unionized in the water. It can be simply indicated like this. Here there is Fe2 plus ion present, and this Fe2 plus ion is completely surrounded by 6 Cn minus ions. Now the bond which is formed between Fe2 plus and 6 Cn minus is coordinate bond. So who is the donor group and who is the acceptor group? The donor group is Cn minus ion, and the acceptor group is what? Central metal ion. If you will see this part, student, this part, if you will see, it is referred as this part, which is acting as what? Electron acceptor. It is referred as Lewis acid, and it is also called as central metal atom. This part, if you will see, it is electron donor group which is surrounding the metal atom, and this is referred as Lewis base, and it is nothing but it is ligand. And the bond which is present between central metal atom and the ligand is what? Coordinate bond. So such type of double salt where this type of arrangement is present, so that type of the double salt will be referred as what? Coordination compounds. Remember, in a coordination compound generally there are different terms associated. Can you see this part? See, the part which is enclosed in bracket is remain unbroken in water, or it slowly or very slowly breaks in the water. So this part is treated as ionizable or non-ionizable. Since this part is what? Non-ionizable, it is consisting of a metal which is intact with the electron donor group, which is referred as what? Ligand. And this number of ligand, it indicates number of coordinate bond present in the complex, which we referred as what? Coordination number. If you will dissolve this in the water, the part which is enclosed in the bracket will not break in the water, so it indicates what? Non-ionizable part, and this part breaks in the water and ionizes and give its conformity test, so it is ionizable part or simple part. So this entire term, which is consisting of metal, ligand, and the coordinate bond between metal and ligand, is referred as coordination sphere. This electron acceptor species, which is accepting electron from the donor group, is central metal atom. This is electron donor group, which is referred as what? Ligands. The bond between metal and central atom is a coordinate bond, and the number of coordinate bond formed between metal and the ligand is referred as coordination number. The ion which is ionizable and give its conformity test is referred as counter ion or ionization sphere. You got this? Now, the ligands are the molecule which must contain lone pair of electron, like water, carbon monoxide, hydroxide, cyanide. These all contains lone pair of electron, and they all donate lone pair of electron to the metal and form coordinate bond, and they act as Lewis base. The metal ion in the complex is acting as what? Lewis acid, as they are electron acceptors. Always the non-ionizable part is enclosed in bracket, student. This non-ionizable part, it remains stable even after dissolving in water, and they do not give their conformative test. Please remember, if it is a metal, if it is a ligand, so ligand donates electron to the metal and form coordinate bond. So study of such type of compounds in chemistry is referred as coordination compounds. Coordination compounds are also available in the nature in the form of vitamin B12 complex. If you'll see, vitamin B12 is a coordination complex of cobalt metal. Hemoglobin, which is very important component of the blood. Hemoglobin is a complex of iron. It's an iron metal complex. Chlorophyll, very important. The green color plants, chlorophyll. The cause of the photosynthesis, again it is a complex of what, magnesium. Like that, there are many more complexes which are already there in the nature. So it is very important to study about coordination compounds. Student, if you'll see this, coordination compounds, suppose if this is a double salt and if this double salt is dissolved in water, so the part which is enclosed in the bracket will remain unbroken and it will not lose its identity, but the part which is intact with this bracket is ionizable. So the moment when you will add this salt in the water, so this part is going to break, this part will break, this part will ionize, it will give its confirmative test, this part will not ionize and will not give its confirmative test. So the part which is ionizable and give its confirmative test is referred as simple ions, and the part which is ionizable, that is simple ion, is intact with this unit or with this metal through ionic bond. But the part which is non-ionizable, which is written in the square bracket, is consisting of non-ionic bond. Here if you'll see, this is the central metal atom, this is the ligand, and the bond between cobalt and the ammonia is what? Coordinate bond, and this coordinate bond is not broken into the water. So coordination compound always consisting of this coordination sphere, which remains stable even in the solid state as well as in the aqueous state. The component of the coordination sphere are intact with each other through coordinate bond, non-ionic bond, and that's why they do not produce ions and they do not give their confirmative test. Student, see, the bond between cobalt and chlorine is broken. It indicates the bond between cobalt and chlorine is what? Ionic. Can I say the ionic bond is broken by water? So it is a weaker bond. And here if you will see, the bond between cobalt and the ammonia is what? Coordinate bond, and this bond is more in number as compared to ionic bond, and this bond is not broken by water. Basically in science, if we have to represent any coordination compound, then that coordination compound is always indicated in this form. The central metal atom is indicated in the center, and this central metal atom is consisting of ionizable and non-ionizable part. So the part which is non-ionizable, student, that is near to the central atom and attached with the central metal through shorter bond. If it is attached to central metal atom through shorter bond, means the bond will be strong, and the part which is away from the atom is attached with the metal through what? Longer bond, and the longer bond, since it is weaker bond, and that is the reason why it breaks in what? Water. So in a coordination compound, central metal atom is consisting of two sphere. One is referred as inner sphere and one is referred as what? Outer sphere. Outer sphere is ionizable sphere and inner sphere is what? Non-ionizable sphere, student. Like if you'll see, the bond between cobalt and chlorine breaks. So chlorine bond which is attached with the cobalt is what? Weaker bond, and this bond is what? Ionizable. The bond between cobalt and ammonia does not break. So bond between cobalt and ammonia is what? Strong, and ammonia is near to cobalt, having shorter bond, and this shorter bond does not broken by water. So first we write cobalt, then we indicate two sphere. Can you see, this is the inner sphere and this is the outer sphere. If this salt is taken into the water, so only the outer sphere components ionize, inner sphere does not ionize. So this inner sphere component is referred as coordination sphere, which is non-ionizable, and the outer sphere component is referred as what? Ionizable sphere. So ionizable sphere is consisting of what? Ionic bond, and inner and non-ionizable sphere is consisting of coordinate bond. See, if you check this, then the bond which is present between Fe, here there is Fe, it's a Fe 3 plus, and there is what? Cn minus. Cn minus is consisting of what? Lone pair of electrons. So Cn minus, it donates its lone pair to Fe3 plus and forms coordinate bond. So this substance Cn minus is electron rich species and it gives electron pair to Fe3 plus. Similarly, in case of this compound nickel tetracarbonyl, if you will see, there is a central metal atom nickel and there is a carbonyl, and this carbonyl is consisting of what? Electron donor group by containing lone pair. This lone pair is given to what? Nickel. So again there is a formation of what? Coordinate bond. In both the molecule, if you will see, in first case Cn minus, that is Cn minus, and in the second case CO, both have same function. They are consisting of lone pair of electron and they donate lone pair of electron to the central metal atom. So these species are referred as what? Ligands. So when we have to define ligand, student, we should remember it is a molecule or ion. When you are saying molecule, so it may be what? Neutral. When you are saying ion, so it may be positive charge or negatively charged. So it may be cationic, it may be anionic, and it may be neutral, which are coordinated to the central metal atom or ion in a coordination compounds. Please remember, ligands are always electron donors and they are referred as Lewis bases. Now, very important part, student. Let us move to the classification of the ligands. If you'll see this part, ligands are electron donor. They act as Lewis base. Okay. So ligands are classified on the basis of charge and on the basis of denticity. When you are saying on the basis of charge, student, so it is on the basis of the type of positive or negative charge which is present on the molecule. When you are saying there is a positive charge, it is called as cationic ligand. If the ligand molecule is consisting of negative charge, it is called as what? Anionic ligand. And if the ligand is consisting of zero charge or it's chargeless, so it is referred as what? Neutral. So we can conclude that on the basis of charge, ligand can be cationic, can be anionic, and can be neutral. Can you see all these examples? In all this example, if you'll see, the ligand molecule have positive charge. So these all are referred as cationic ligand. In all this example, if you'll see, there is a common charge negative, and because of they all contains negative charge, they all are referred as anionic ligand. But in all these molecules, student, if you'll see, they don't have any charge. Their charge is what? Zero. So these all are referred as neutral ligand. But ligands are also classified on the basis of denticity. Denticity is also referred as ligancy. Now, when you are saying denticity means how many coordinate bond formed by one molecule of the ligand. So, if you'll see the number of coordinate bond formed by one molecule of ligand is referred as denticity. So, ligand can form only one coordinate bond. In case if the ligand forms only one coordinate bond, so that ligand is referred as monodentate. And if the ligand form more than one coordinate bond, then that ligand is referred as what? Polydentate ligands. So let us focus on to the major part of the classification, that is denticity. Now students, see how the denticity is classified or defined in the science. Denticity refers to, it's very important, number of donor group in a single molecule of ligand. Denticity refers to the number of donor group in a single ligand that binds to a central atom in a coordination complex. So on this basis, we will discuss first monodentate ligand. Now, when we talk about monodentate ligand, student, what are monodentate ligands? See, monodentate ligands are molecule of ligand which forms only one coordinate bond. Or you can say, suppose if this is the metal and if this is the ligand, we know that ligand is the electron donor group, and this ligand molecule donates only one pair of electron to the metal, or it forms only one coordinate bond, then this ligand will be referred as monodentate ligand. So please remember, all monodentate ligand forms only one coordinate bond, and the denticity of all monodentate ligand is what? 1. Or denticity is also referred as ligancy. So whether you say denticity is 1 or ligancy is 1. Now, in monodentate ligands, there are negatively charged ligands also, positively charged ligand also, and neutral ligand also. Let's see some negatively charged ligands. Now, student, it is very important to understand and know the name of ligand, because the entire chapter is based upon ligands only. You can see all the ligands which I have written, they all have negative charge, but they are able to form only one coordinate bond, and that's why they all are referred as what? Monodentate ligands. Since they have negative charge, that's why they are referred as monodentate negative ligands. In all the cases, they all form only one coordinate bonds. The very first, Cn minus, is called as what? Cyanide. It's cyanide ion. The charge is what? -1. And in this case, donor atom may be carbon or may be nitrogen. Sometimes, student, in one molecule the donor atom are optional, like in Cn minus the donor atom can be carbon or it can be what? Nitrogen. X minus is called as halide ion. Its charge is -1 and the donor atom is what? Halogen. Now student, it is very important for us to know the donor atom and the charge and the denticity. H minus is called as hydride ion. Charge is -1. Donor atom is hydrogen. NO2 minus is what? Nitro, and it is -1 charge. Donor atom is nitrogen. ONO minus is nitrite ion, and it is -1, and the donor atom is what? Oxygen. NO3 minus, if you see, it is nitrate ion. The charge is -1. Donor atom is nitrogen, and OH minus is what? Hydroxide ion. -1, and the donor atom is oxygen. SCN minus is thiocyanate ion. The charge is -1, and the donor atom is what? Sulfur. NCS minus is isothiocyanate ion, that is -1, and the donor atom is what? Nitrogen. CH3COO minus is called acetate ion. The charge of this is -1. Donor atom is what? Oxygen. Oxide ion, charge -2. Donor atom oxygen. This peroxide ion is Charge, total charge is -2 and the donor atom is what? Oxygen. Sulfide ion, the charge is -2 and the donor atom is what? Sulfur. Similarly, if you see SO3 2 minus is called sulfide ion, charge -2, donor atom sulfur. SO4 2 minus is sulfate ion, charge -2, donor atom is sulfur. S2O3 2 minus thiosulfate ion, charge -2, donor atom sulfur. CO3 2 minus carbonate ion, charge -2, donor atom is what? Carbon. In case of amide, imide, azide, check the charge -1, -2, -1 and the donor atoms are what? Same. Mostly the common donor atoms are what? Nitrogen and this. Student, please remember, whenever there is negative charge onto the ligand, always the suffix which end is what? Ite. It may be ite, it may be ite, or it may be ate. So if they are present in the form of ion, and if these ions act as ligand, so please remember the E will removed by O. So this ide will become ido. This ite will become I2 and this 8 will become A2. So this ide, ite, 8 is given suffix on the basis of their charge. But this ido, I2 and A2 is given on the basis of their function. If these ions act as ligand, then only their E will get removed and we add O. So all ide will become ido, all ite will become I2, all 8 will become A2. So when I'm saying cyanide, if you see the actual name cyanide, it become cyanido. Halide, it forms halido. So it will be fluorido, chlorido, bromido, iodido. Hydride, it becomes hydrido. There is no change in the name of nitro as it does not contain suffix e. Nitrite, if you will see, it is nitrite 2. Nitrate, nitrate 2. Hydroxide, hydroxide. Thiocyanate, it is thiocyanate. Isothiocyanate, isothiocyanate. Acetate, acetate. Oxide, oxide. Peroxide, peroxide. Sulfide, sulfide. And more, if you'll see this. Sulfite, sulfite, sulfate, sulfate, thiosulfate, thiosulfate, it is thiosulfate, carbonate, carbonate, amide, amido, imide, imido, azide, azide. So all ide will become ido, all ite will become ito, all 8 will become 8. You got this? See, monodentate ligands which are acting as what? Positive ligands. Mostly in case of positive, onium comes, em comes. If you'll see hydrazinium, nitrosonium, nitronium. So if onium suffix comes, it is what? Positive. So this formula can be written like this also. N2, count the number of hydrogen, 3 and 2. It is N2H5 plus. It is referred as hydrazinium ion. So hydrazinium ion, it is consisting of what? One positive charge. There is one lone pair, so it can donate only one lone pair. So the denticity will be 1, or you can say ligancy is what? 1. Since all these ligands can donate only one pair of electron, or it can form only one coordinate bond with the metal, that's why they are referred as what? Monodentate ligands. In all the cases, if you see, the nitrogen is the donor atom. So hydrazinium ion will be referred as hydrazinium if it is acting as ligand. Nitrosonium ion is nitrosonium and nitronium ion is what? Nitronium. There is no much change, only the ion is removed. There are so many ligands, student, which act as what? Neutral, means without any charge. Again, these neutral ligands have denticity 1 or ligancy 1. When you see denticity 1 or ligancy 1, means all these forms only one coordinate bond. Say for example, RNH2 is called alkyl amine. Student, please remember, whenever we are writing any organic compound, alkyl or aryl amine, always there is a single N. Can you see this? But when you are writing NH3, it is a special ligand where we are using double N. So let us take all the charge of all the neutral ligand will be 0. It will have 0 charge. So please remember, all neutral ligands will have 0 charge, and these are the some example: alkyl amine, dialkyl amine, trialkyl amine. NH3 is called ammonia, H2 is called as water, NO is called nitric oxide, CO is called carbon monoxide, CS is called thiocarbonyl, PH3 is called phosphine, C6H5 tris is referred as triphenyl phosphine. It is triphenyl phosphine. Okay, you can write triphenyl phosphine like this also. Student, in triphenyl phosphine, if you will see, there are 3 benzene ring. Can you see this part? This is 3 benzene ring. It is bracket whole tris. So I have written 3 benzene ring. It's a simple molecule. It's a bigger molecule which contain 1 phosphorus, and this phosphorus contains only 1 lone pair. So if the metal approaches to this, so it can donate only 1 lone pair and form 1 coordinate bond. That's why its denticity is what? 1. Who is the donor atom over here? Phosphorus. Now this one is what? Thiourea, which is also, sometimes we are using the shortcut of the ligand. Tu is thiourea. If it is Py, it is pyridine. C6H5, it's a benzene ring, and this is NH2. There is a donor atom nitrogen, so this nitrogen donates its lone pair of electrons and it forms a coordinate bond with the metal. The number of coordinate bond formed is 1, hence its denticity will be what? 1. So when these molecules which are chargeless forms 1 coordinate bond and act as ligand, then we have to learn the name of this. We should know the name of this. RNH2 is called, if it is CH3, it is called methylamine. CH3 twice NH, dimethylamine. CH3 twice N, trimethylamine. NH3 is referred as amine. There is double N. Please remember, whenever we write NH3, we write double N. Water is referred as aqua. It is referred as aqua. NO is referred as nitrosyl. CO, it is referred as carbonyl. CS, thiocarbonyl. It is phosphine, triphenyl phosphine, thiourea, and this is Py is referred as what? Pyridine. Please remember these names which are changed over here, like amine, AMMINE, aqua. Aqua means what? Water. Nitrosyl and carbonyl. These are the names which are little different from its common name. Amine, aqua, nitrosyl and carbonyl.